Zone at 91.3 presents The B-Side.
Dang good, man.
Hey, Dylan, how's it going?
Good, dude. No Jason today.
Oh, where is he?
Jason's doing a comedy tour.
Oh, where?
Up and down the whole island.
Look out.
Oh, yeah.
Look out, whole island.
I packed him up with a bunch of that Chex Mix we got yesterday, and he's living the dream.
Checks and comedy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right on.
Okay, I think first things first. Last week, we touched on you guys at Viatech. You guys hold this great food bank challenge every year. And you challenged your members, 100 grand. 100 grand worth of donations, and I'm going to get a tattoo. I see a tattoo.
Yeah, so we've been doing this food bank challenge for like 13 years now, and it's almost raised $2 million. So we said, hey, if we raise $100,000 in cash this year, I'll get a tattoo of the Viatech insignia. We didn't say where. I got it on my forearm. And
I like the location, by the way.
Yeah, I like it too. I wanted to be able to show it and prove I did it, but I also wanted to be able to hide it at funerals. And
I was pulling for the tramp stamp, but whatever.
Yeah, well, the tramp stamp for the right amount. You know, I'll have to figure out what that money amount is.
$2 million in 1 year, you'll get the tramp stamp.
Yeah.
But we got a B-side to get to, and I love this one. Yeah. Because there's a lot of history here.
Yeah, so there's a company in town that's been here since the 40s, the 50s, maybe longer. They're called PEETZ Reels, and they make. They started off making specifically, I think it was salmon reels, and they're made out of wood
and you know
brass.
What? You've seen these. You may not know it, but they're the classic West Coast wood fishing reels.
Yeah, with brass, and every piece is made here in Victoria. And so, you know, if you're out fishing and you see somebody with all that fancy modern gear and everything else, and then you just see that badass walking along who just hauls in the fish, has one reel and like one flasher and just knows his game. That guy's got a PEETZ reel. Right. Like they're just legit. And I mean, and they're not even the most expensive reels out there for their kind. You know, they have reels that are $300-400. They've got ones that have been done with a local artist. I think it's Michael Hunt. I know his last name is Hunt because his father's Richard Hunt, who's a very famous local carver. He's carved out, they've got these $800-900 reels that they're just gorgeous, hand carved. Beautiful. But I was in the shop with Art Aylesworth, who bought the company about a year ago. He comes from the tech sector, so that's how I knew about it. And I
lived with Art's son for 8 years.
Shawn? Yeah. Shawn was in there shooting photos of the reels.
I bet he was, yeah.
Yeah, so everything. They're making everything on site. So they're bringing in the wood, they're bringing in the brass, they're bringing in all the fittings. The only thing they don't make on their product is the screws. So everything. They got the guy who started PEETZ Reels way back in the day was a jeweler who moved to the West Coast related to the gold rush. Oh, wow. And you know, gold rush kind of dried up, and he had all these skills for fabrication. And he liked fishing, and he saw all the people who liked fishing. So he just started using what he knew how to bend and shape metal to make these reels. And then they became, you know, sort of the best good quality handmade reel in the world. And then it was bought by another guy whose name I think is Bill. And then he's been running for a while, and then Art's bought it, but Bill's still there working away, passing on the craft. And I watched them make a reel like by hand with lathes and all the tools. It's unbelievably cool. And it's taken off like crazy because Art, coming from the tech world, is able to take like this authentic brand and this process, and he respects every element of that. In fact, he loves it and he cherishes it, and he won't ever mess with it. But then he attaches sort of modern business models, use of the internet and Shopify. And so now they're shipping product all around the world because people have been looking for them. And then in the meantime, people love the reels so much, they've got a whole bunch of product that comes in to be refurbished and tuned back up and sent back out again. So it's this great little shop in the Rock Bay area, which I'm telling you, 10 years from now, you're going to look back on Rock Bay and be like, holy cow, I remember when that was considered a sketchy neighborhood. That is going to be...
It's blowing up out there.
That's going to be the maker, light industrial space of Victoria. It's going to be the artisan part that where we make and create things. And there's so many great things going on there now. And it's just going to continue. It's fantastic.
Awesome. Well, you know what? A great gift idea if you have a fisherman on your Christmas list this year. Get them a PEETZ reel. Where can they get all the details?
They can go to alwayscheckthebside.com.
You're the man. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dylan.